quick question. What did you label it? Hey guys, it's Dr. Savvy from Blossom Family Chiropractic, and I'm coming at you today. I wanted to answer a common question that we get all of the time in the office from our pregnant mamas. We see tons of pregnant mommies in the office, and they always ask, hey, I want to know more about what pregnancy is all about and what to expect during delivery too. So I actually brought in Dawn Herring, and she's from Empowered Births and Beginnings, and she is a childbirth education instructor. But one of the biggest questions is, well, what would I get out of a hospital class? And what would I get out of a private childbirth education class? So can you kind of explain the differences between the two?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the biggest difference when it comes to childbirth education classes, when you think about hospital and you think about private, is the kind of instruction that you're going to get and the kind of partner that you're going to have as part of your journey. One of the things that I love that you talk about is assembling your team and having people that can really help you along your pregnancy journey and as you lead up to labor. And so if you think about, a hospital class, usually those are a couple of classes. You can maybe drop into one. Some of the hospitals might have one or two classes kind of in a little mini series. And most of those are really just sort of like, how do you labor in a hospital? Like, what do you need to know about the hospital? What are their rules and regulations? Where do you check in? How do you navigate? Which those are all important things, but those aren't really super critical to really understanding what your body is going to go through once you go into labor. So you'll tend to find them a little bit drier in a hospital type scenario. There's a lot of videos, which are okay, but not a whole lot of opportunity typically to practice. Whereas when you consider a private childbirth education class, anybody that's leading those is leading them most likely because it's completely of their heart. They just have a passion for educating, they have a passion for teaching, and they're really interested in being a part of that team with the women and men and labor partners that are in their classes. So I think there's just going to be a different level of partnership there and commitment, which is definitely my truth. I teach because I want to empower and be part of women and their husband's journey to pregnancy. And then not only that, the classes themselves typically in a private class are going to be a lot more encompassing. So there's many different kinds of series. We've all probably heard of Lamaze, there's Bradley, there's hypnobirthing. My series is a combination of the best of all of those. And really, they're going to be a lot more in depth in terms of what can you expect that's happening in the body. How do you cope with the intensity of labor with different kinds of techniques, breath movement, mindfulness. So it's a more holistic approach, not just kind of like, what do you do when you get here to the hospital, right? It's like, how do you, no kidding, set yourself up to really be ready for what lies ahead.
Absolutely, and I can't recommend this woman enough. I actually took her birth series when I was pregnant and had little baby Chase. So it was a wonderful experience, and I recommend all mamas seek some sort of private childbirth education class, but if you're looking for a really good one, Dawn's is fabulous. And actually she has one coming up pretty soon. She had an April 1 set, but that one is filled up. However, we do have a 5 series class starting May 3rd,
May
right?
3rd. Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yep, at Thank You Mama here in St. Pete.
And if they want to get more information or register for that, where should they go?
Good question. I would suggest, so you can check my page out on Facebook. So it's facebook.com Empowered Births and Beginnings. Or you can go to Thank You Mama, and right on the home page you'll see the classes listed and a link to register as well.
Great, and we'll also link that in the comment section below. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and happy pregnancy.
Woo-hoo.